It's already February and I don't even think I've set my actual reading goals for the year, so let me do that now. I have started so many series that ideally it would be great if I can actually finish one each month. I read about 10 books a month, but if I can make sure that one of those books is from an indie author, that would be amazing. And as always, I want to work on diversifying my bookshelf and elevating different authors within the publishing industry that maybe doesn't necessarily get as much credit that they deserve. So, how did I do for January? I did well with most of the points, just probably not the first one. One of the series that I started that I tried to catch up for in January is The Foiled Stars. Originally, I would have considered this a trilogy, and I think I referenced it in the first video that I did for book one. But because I'm following this author on all her social media accounts, I'm pretty sure she's going to be adding book 4 and 5. As always, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's kind of hard to do because we're already in book 2, and I kind of have to let you know how the plot has progressed. Of the two, this has been my favorite so far. It's going to be hard for me to not drop those details that got me into this book. Both are well done, but I'm more of a space girl. So, book one, we have two characters. Well, we have a bunch of characters, but our two main characters, Autumn and Dante. Autumn is just a young teenage girl coming into herself, about to start college, and she starts a relationship with a mysterious visitor. Now, this is a series that is both a Hades and Persephone inspired, but also Dragon Ball Z style retelling. So it shouldn't be a surprise that by the end of book one, when we say visitor, I mean Dante's from outer space, and he is a conqueror. Book two is going to be about her year plus long journey and what it's like in this intergalactic court. And maybe Dante isn't really the worst thing out there in the universe. Maybe he's kind of like the good guy of his culture. This is going to be considered a dark romance. Personally, I wouldn't be making the choices that Autumn makes, but I don't necessarily hate that she's going through all this drama and torture because it's an interesting read. Now, on my channel, I'm not really that big into dark romance or some of the different tropes that other more advanced readers would recognize immediately. So yes, I have been shocked and clutching my pearls, and yet I haven't been able to stop the series. Dante has a whole bunch of red flags. He's very possessive, he's extremely focused on Autumn, and we're starting to get more of a tragic backstory as to why that is, and he's coming into his power. I don't think he's ready to give Autumn up so easily. Let's be real, Autumn has basically been kidnapped. So she's not really willing to give up her freedom so easily either. And she's not enjoying the horrible comments and abuse that's coming from the different alien species that she's now being forced to live amongst. Even if she's a princess, no one is giving her respect. I would say that each book is paced really well. There's nonstop action, and yet it still leaves you hanging and ready to read the next one in the series because you have to know what's going on. And do not be surprised if you see me back in the next couple months with a review for book 3. If you saw my reading wrap-up video for January, then you should know that I gave this book 4 stars. I think in the first video, since I hadn't watched Dragon Ball Z, I of course equated my love to it to the reality TV show 90 Day Fiancé, and I think it still holds true. What about y'all? Are y'all open-minded and open-hearted? Let me know if you'd be into Space Bay